Hello, I'm Dan Milkey. In a recent flyer put out by the Sean Duffy campaign, Sean is accusing me of spreading a smear campaign, which implies that what I'm saying is not the truth. I'd like you to listen to the evidence that I have, and you decide who's truly spreading that smear campaign. Thank you. In that flyer where Sean accuses me of spreading a smear campaign, he says that he is pro-life, and that as your next congressman, Sean will work to protect the unborn. I'd like you to listen to a radio spot where he explains how he will do that, and you decide if he truly will protect the unborn.
I'm a pro-life Catholic.
No exception?
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
What about people who don't believe it's a child? And there are a lot of people out there. Should you impose your private religious beliefs on them?
And the truth is, I'm not, because this has been left up to the courts, and it's not going to be an issue that's addressed by Congress. I think the best way to handle this is to make this issue a state issue and let people vote on whether they think there should or shouldn't be abortion.
I disagree totally with Sean Duffy on this issue. The states do not have the right, nor a voter, nor anyone, to take the life of the unborn. Our Constitution guarantees the right to life and liberty to every person within its borders, and I will fight with every effort I have to stop the killing of the unborn. I believe that Sean is just one more congressional candidate who has decided to sidestep this issue by pushing the responsibility onto others. We have enough of those in Congress. I want to make a difference. I believe our children deserve life, and I will do everything in my power to stop abortion. In that same flyer, Sean says that he believes in traditional marriage and that he will oppose any government-sanctioned union that looks like traditional marriage. But let's take a look at what his wife has to say and what his past has shown. And you decide if you can trust what he says.
It was quite a big deal. I guess it was. People everywhere, shit everywhere. It was party galore. Gosh. But I tell you what, Norman, congratulations on this wedding. I'm so happy for you. Oh. What's up, Clint? Hey, Clint, how are you doing?
Norman's gonna freak if he sees this.
I'm gonna go get a marriage license in like next hour.
A marriage license?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Sky out of bed. Tie him up. Yeah.
I thought that was only for men and women. They give guys marriage license?
Yeah. It's it's more of a token kind of thing.
These guys are so lucky.
So let's raise our glasses to Sky and Norman. May they have a wonderful, prosperous life together.
With regard to civil unions, yes, he's for civil unions because he believes that they should just have access to be able to help their partner in the hospital and be able to make decisions. I think that Sean's a libertarian on this issue in the sense that, let them do what they want to do. He is for maintaining the definition of marriage, and he believes that the current law that allows for civil unions is fine by him.
In a recent article in March of 2010, the Wisconsin Gazette, a newspaper for the homosexual community, calls Sean Duffy the villain. The reason for this is Sean Duffy, they feel, is betraying the people that he once befriended. They said it's particularly ugly when a person like Duffy, a former star of MTV's Real World, comes out against same-sex marriage for political expediency. While on MTV, Sean had no problem going to gay bars, associating with homosexuals, and supporting their lifestyle. Yet now, he claims to be the other way. We see this as hypocrisy.
Gather round, ladies and gentlemen. We have an exciting and an oh-so-spectacular show.
Sean and Rachel have a long history of supporting, embracing, and associating with the homosexual community. And yet now, he tries to claim that he holds some other views.
Most of the men there looked better than me in a dress.
Genesis was awesome. It was the first time I've seen her happy. She was a totally, extremely different person that I've ever seen her be. Genesis and Adam hit it off really well. You missed out on the nightlife.
Finally, I got to go to my first gay bar
And I was so happy because Camila and Sean went with me.
But can we discuss what just happened? I can always comment on something. I couldn't comment on that.
The worst thing about it was when they had like a little strip show. When the dude started stripping, that was the really only time that I felt. I mean, I felt out of place the whole time, but I really felt out of place then.
I'm so freaking happy now. You have no idea.
Now I'm glad I went. Yeah.
The Wisconsin Gazette goes on to say the last thing Washington needs is another duplicitous lawmaker who's only too willing to repackage himself in order to get elected. Rachel Duffy was actually living with Norm Corpy, the producer of the film The Wedding Video and gay activist who started Gay Entertainment Television, when she met Sean. Norm Corpy is actually the person that helped bring Sean and Rachel together.
It's kind of fun to think that Rachel did move up to this part of the world, that her and Sean are actually living just 35 miles from Ironwood.
We kind of made it happen, huh?
Yeah, kind of made it happen.
Oh, there's a ring. Rachel also lived at the castle.
Yes.
Our other roommate.
Until her and Sean got busy.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened when they got busy.
Right there.
She got pregnant and had to move out.
Well, I am Minneapolis. A homo. I can talk about homos. I know, but I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying he doesn't serve homos.
I think he does, because he's
and
just.
And heard you say.
He was on fire.
He heard you say that you wanted to stay in Minneapolis so you could get some ass.
It is strange that only after they got caught by this movie being exposed did they claim that they had regrets about the film. Yet just months earlier, both Sean and Rachel had said they had no regrets about their sordid past on MTV.
Sean and I were single, having fun on a reality show that we were pretty sure was going to improve our dating life afterwards. You know, I mean, it is what it is, and I have no regrets about it, and Sean has no regrets about it, because frankly, we were who we were at that time.
I was, dancing on pool tables in my underwear, and I didn't have a significant other, and I was looking at younger women at the time. And you know what? Some of those things will come out. You know, that stuff is behind me, but I'm sure that it'll come out, and I really have no regrets about it.
Sean says he believes in the definition of marriage, and Rachel said he believes in traditional marriage. My question is, what else does he believe in? Does that really mean what you think it means? Or are they just saying that it's okay for homosexuals to have a different type of union? The evidence just shown should give you some ideas as to what that is. The reason I'm running is because I'm fed up with this type of politician who says what needs to be said to get elected, but does something else when they get to Washington. I believe Sean is just playing politics and saying what people want to hear during an election year when that issue is so important. But his history and his past show that he has a different background and different ideals than what he's professing today. But let's not stop there. Let's move ahead to 2003 when The Wedding Video came out. And on that video, Norm Corpy speaks regarding some issues that concern me and should concern a district attorney, which Sean was at the time.
We would also rent everything from Kmart too. We'd go get television sets and VCRs, and we would use all the equipment, and then when we left the city, we would return it on our credit card. My parents had a fit about it. They're like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "It's in good condition. We just didn't need it." And I'm sure credit cards were kind of funny because we'd go from Alabama to Lansing to Ironwood to New York with the same purchases in each city. There's rumor that Sean's going to be running for governor of the state of Wisconsin in the next couple of years, so we're going to watch his career. He's the big DA now, the youngest DA in Ashland, Wisconsin, and they're getting him to run for state assembly, and Rachel's got her eyes on the what is it, the White House of Wisconsin?
The White House
governor's
of Wisconsin.
house.
The log cabin.